Right, we're on. Lighting looks so hazy. It's my glasses or what? But right, I think we're on. Network problems, but we'll get there. Hopefully. All right, there we are. There we go. I needed to see that. Send me a comment. There we go, Mervyn. Right, I needed to see that. So I know that you're online and having technical problems. Good evening, welcome. Greg Nika joins us from Qatar. Qatar in the house. Qatar is in the house. And Ricardo Dipanar. Hoe gaan het? Met Jelle Mensa. Dip hazy. Looks like you're all fogged up. Yeah, why is it hazy? I think there's something on the camera. Like lotion or something like that. My video came out hazy as well today. I think there's something on the camera. Looks very hazy. But it's like a glow, like good evening. Are you also seeing a hazy view? Maybe my camera is needs some work. I'm looking for frames. Hold on. Hold up. Come back to you now. Not that one. Not DJ Suraj. Where I got DJ Suraj? I was supposed to load this guy. Not Isenzo. Not Rams. Tax check. Yep, there we go. Right, who's a coolie? Just say hashtag I am coolie if you believe that you are a coolie and you need to be noted and need to be acknowledged as a coolie. Just say I am coolie. That's the thing. If you're proud to be a coolie, I am coolie. Never Narayana won't say that though. You're the real mother. Thanks, bro. What is doing with the lotion on the phone? I don't know. Something is damaging the phone. How's it there? I had a very quick mutton curry chowder. Some 3 minutes late or 4 minutes late. Wipe the lens with Shivas. Yeah. Here's got an easy look. I'll ask my tech guy, Master Tyler, to try and sort that out and see what he can do about it. I thought my glasses were hazy. Anyway, good evening, Nicola Gowden, Waldy Smith, Hola Ops. I am coolie, says Mervyn Naidu. You sure I wasn't feeding the phone earlier tea time? Nope. You must replace a Jan van Riebeck phone of yours. Nah, it's not a Jan van Riebeck, the fucking Huawei P30 Pro, man, one of the best phones I had. And best camera phone. Yeah, it's a good phone actually. I am coolie, says Kritika. Vishal Singh joins us. Vishal wants to join the Sunshine Gang, the mental gang. Vishal wants to join the mental gang. Kritika, please get his details and do your regular checks with him as you normally do. I can give him some vouching points to get in. He's been on the live all the time. He's definitely a proud fan of mine and a fan, yeah, using beauty filter. Yeah, I think so. Vanilla says, I am coolie, right? Thank you, Vanilla. Shirley says, Shirley, when you're putting hashtag, put all the letters together, all the names, words together. Can't have it separate. George, say good evening. Hey, I need to send me the fucking data. Let me just see. Yep, she did. Day number 151. Right, good evening. I'm a Vito, says Danny Burmo. Yeah, but you can support the I Am Coolie movement as Ricardo Dipanal is doing. You can support the movement. Good evening, Roger Naidu from the UK. Hazy like Halo found by angels. That's right, says Vishal Rampasad. Hazy view. King Singh says, I am coolie. Nicola Gowden says, I am coolie. Right, we are embracing the word coolie and taking ownership of it. I had some people who disagreed with me and even inboxed me and says, what are you doing? Hope you're going to get this right. Hope it doesn't backfire. Nothing can backfire. Nothing can backfire that you believe in. But there we go. And good afternoon, good evening. Casey, what's your topic there? Apple juice. It is apple juice, by the way. It's only a Tuesday. It's not a Pooza Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Tracy Ganesan, good evening. Suren Naika joins us. Bottle stores not closing. No, the bottle stores are not closing. Which one of you fuckers was running to the bottle store? Own up. Come on, own up. Which one of you fuckers was running to fucking buy your stock and you'll fill your stock up and gave the bottle store extra business? The bottle stores created that whole scenario there. The bottle stores created that, and driving sales. Sales must have increased by 100% today for a Tuesday. So you guys went and stocked up proper. A lot of you fuckers did that. And yeah. So Jameson and apple juice. No Jameson. I stocked up just in case. You got caught. You got caught, Sumendra. Not stocked up just in case. You fucking got caught. Elaine Singh says this video feed thing, this is how I was being seen during the world if I was some drug. Easy view. Easy Casey. Yeah, I won't work with it now. I'll have to check it out later. Bradley Dorosaman says, I am mother, says Bradley. We're looking for I am coolie, dude. I am coolie. Right, just to, who was running to the bottle, the queue and didn't get to stock up. Shame. Right, let's do the, firstly, today's show brought to you by Azad Amr. Today's show brought to you by Tax Tech. That's, Anesh, I think his name was. There's his advert up there. He's a sponsor of my program, also supporting me in my endeavors. Closing tonight. Yeah, Bottles House closing tonight. Tax Tech, obviously all your tax requirements done over the phone via email, so you don't have to go spit in his face and have all your germs going on to him, whatever. So if you are looking for tax solutions, Tax Tech, but we can't trust the government. That's right. Also, Mervin, just hope the guys asked for the Jameson Reserve got your dop. Yeah. I'm sure he did. Ricky from Venpack. If you went to Macro, you'd have got me a Select Reserve. Good evening. Right, so like I said, today's program brought to you by Tax Tech. All your company registrations, your tax filing, everything to do with taxes. Anesh is the guy to see the Seaview in Durban, but obviously does things around the country. I wanted to know if you can do creative accounting like Shabir Sheikh and Charles. Charles can do creative accounting, and we just heard yesterday that the government or SARS is going after 139 companies for tax evasion. And look, you and I are a little bit on the freer side, I think, there, but creative accounting is what is needed. Don't fucking give the government all your fucking money. Give them something. But always pay tax. I can tell you this much. This lesson I learned back in the day. Always pay something. Pay tax. Don't fucking keep... I know guys, 30, 40 years, haven't paid any tax. They just don't pay. Pay your tax because it runs the country. We need the money to run the country. But we didn't say fucking give all your money. But pay your taxes. Pay your taxes. Nothing wrong with that. I would say pay your tax. I pay my taxes. Wally Smith says, Anesh is good. You're a quick, hey? Oh, is he? Did you use him? Does he know how to do tax evasions? I need help. That's what I was asking about tax. Creative taxing. Timoleon says, I'm a wannabe coolie. Timoleon, you can be a coolie. We're going to give you a coolie name now. Tiru. So you're going to put Timoleon Tiru Perolus. Then I'll make you a coolie. Tiru. Thiru. So you'll be Timoleon Tiru Perolus. If anybody asks you what Tiru means sir. Tiru is a title. Like Sir Perolus. Tiru means sir. So you're going to be Timoleon Tiru. Thiru. Okay, see, even if I pay, they still come looking for more. Yeah. But you got to be savvy. Civic calculus are well done in defending Shahan Ramkishan on point. We're going to talk about that now. We'll talk about Shahan, and we'll talk about I am Coolie and Ori. Taxes, pay your taxes. Doesn't matter, they come after you again. I'm of the opinion of this, and I'm sure if they do a tax audit on me, they'll say I'm underpaid or whatever. If they find I'm underpaid them, I'm owing the money, I'll just put my two hands together and say, fucking put me inside. Put me inside. Okay, make me also a coolie, please. Ricardo wants to be a coolie. Ricardo Dippanar wants to be a coolie. We have to give you a name then. Fuck that, pay tax. I paid tax for 39 years, no more. Well, unfortunately, we need the taxes to this thing. Tiru Parolis is coming on, and once they accuse me of getting a 30k bonus. 30k bonus. Ricardo, we can make you Rajan. Rajan is a nice Indian name. Ricardo, Rajan, Dipana. There's a lot of names you can have. Ricardo, Rajan, R-A-J-E-N, Rajan. Rajan. Let's make it Ragan, R-A-G-A-N, proper Tamil, proper South Indian, Ragan, Ragan, R-A-G-A-N. Can you do my tax for me, says Angie. I can do your taxes for you. Timoleon, like Timon. Taxes as one to be paid either way, don't pay and they will penalize you, end up paying more. Yep. You have to pay your taxes, dude. Pay something towards your tax to keep the taxman away. Yep. Always pay something. Ricardo is going to be Ragan. Ricardo, Ragan. R-A-G-A-N. We're getting guys converting to Indianism, yeah? And I'm giving South Indian names because I'm a South Indian. Ricardo, Ragan, R-A-G-A-N. We got Timoleon Tiru Pirolis there as well. So they are honorary Charos, Indians, coolies, for that matter. I'll join you inside, says Angie. Yup, join me inside. That's where I'll be. Take me away. I should make Cyril a cookie cake. Tuck Shop Auntie needs to pay tax. She's charging extra on Black Book. Yup, she's also paying her taxes. Ricardo Dipinar. Deep. Yeah, that also can work. The surname is Deep Narayan. Right, so let's get cracking with the show. Tonight's show brought to you by Tax Tech. Figures for today, we are day number 151 of the lockdown level 2. What name do you have for George van Heerden? George van Heerden. Got it, my bro. When is your next phone call to Cyril? Well, actually, I'm phoning Julius in the week. Cyril will be next week. I'm phoning Julius in the week. Georgie van Heerden. Casey, you should open book. Yeah, I need to open book to give names here. Right. I need to give a name for... Can you suggest a name for George van Heerden? George van Heerden. What name can we give for George? We got an Indian name, George, as well. George Ganesh. Same thing with a G. George Ganesh. Ganesh as in the Lord Ganesha. Ganesh. Ganesha is a Lord remover of obstacles. So George Ganesh. Ganesh. If you heard about the god Ganesha, the one of the elephant trunks, remover of obstacles, George van Heerden. George Ganesh, Ganesh van Heerden. If you pay late one day, these mothers charge you 10% penalty. Yep. If slowing these mothers 5 cents, you can imagine. That's right. Thank you, sending for via smoke signals tomorrow. Good evening, Casey. And Tyler says, Badresh Lakshmi Das and his son Karan. We're doing christening here today. Yeah, we're giving christening names. Yeah. Right, good evening. Welcome, everybody. Ursula Thatcher joined us from Port Elizabeth, I think. And we're going to talk about, tonight, we're going to spend some time talking about, Rahina says hello. We're going to spend some time talking about, hello, Boyson, Rousseau. We're going to spend some time talking about Kiru Naidu. We're going to talk about Kiru. That's coming up later in the show. We'll talk about Kiru Naidu. Hey, bro, make sure when you call Julius, make sure you don't say anything about the Bible. Speaking of that, Gani for short, yeah. Right. Suren says, don't mention anything about the Bible. So, that's so coincidentally leads me straight into my first topic. So, right, guys, keep the other topics off. Listen up. 2 things to talk about tonight. Let's see how it goes. Maybe it'll be a short show. Maybe it'll be a long show. So, George Nathan, Ganesh. So, Suren says, make sure you don't talk about the Bible. Now, if you those guys who are following my fan page and my posts, I posted something about the Old Testament and New Testament, and I tried to, most people have an issue about the Old Testament and the New Testament, so I did some research. I screenshotted something from Google. I've read about it as well. I screenshot what the Old Testament and New Testament was. So anyway, the Old Testament is basically before Christ. It speaks of the coming of Christ. In fact, Christianity didn't even exist back in the days of Moses, the 10 Commandments and all of that, Adam and Eve. And the New Testament is post-Christ, so after the death of Christ was written by the disciples, right? The Gospels. The 4 Gospels that make up the Bible. Now, I posted that. I didn't get any comments, and I posted about how I sent a greeting to Christian people. No one greeted me, whatever. Anyway, the next day when I posted that, there this guy comes, Ori, Sandeer, I think there's Sandeer Ori. And before you say anything about him, let me get to the end of my story, right? Before you say anything about Sandeer Ori. Sandeer Ori came on and basically said to me that I must do my homework, that the information I got is incorrect there in that whatever. So here's the thing. I was making an attempt to build bridges between the religions. Here's me, a Hindu, trying to understand Christianity, learning about it. Instead of him coming out and saying, you know, Casey, you're wrong here. This is the way it is. He came and took me on basically in terms of, once again, being a Christian basher or whatever, right? That's what he had in mind. Obviously, they've been seeing all my posts, whatever. The first disappointing thing was, on a Sunday morning, I said, Sunday blessings to all my Christian brethren. And much as I have 80,000 people on my pages, whatever, only 1 or 2 people actually responded with, good morning, Casey, blessed Sunday to you, my brother, as well. But the moment, so no Christians even responded to greet me in return. That was the sad part. Anyways, if I had to post something anti-Christian, the fucker always be piling in. Piling. Even previously when I posted scripture and I posted songs like Hill songs and Ron Canoli or whatever, Christian songs, somebody even said to me, or a Christian person said, what, you're confused or what? You don't know what you're doing. They couldn't see what I was trying to do. Anyway, there's a moral to the story of what I'm going to talk about now. So this guy, Sandeer Ori, was going on. Other guys joined him. Well, not with him, separately taking me on. But I was, over the past day or so, I've been chatting with him on those feeds. He called me a cake. He called me a cake lighty. He said I must go back to school and primary school and learn. Then he was on my inbox asking me, are you happy now that you have now posted this about me and you put my picture out on social media? Are you happy? To cut a long story short and get to it, today I was in conversation with Sandeer Ori. I think his name is Sandeer Ori. The end of the conversation, he says to me, Casey, you have taught me something. I've learned something today. He was saying, big ups to you, brother. Now I see what you're doing. Now I see what you are up to. That sort of thing. After a long while, he got to realize that, and today he admitted, he said, you want to say, Casey, I'll tell you something, I was wrong. He said, I was wrong. I was wrong to do what I did. I was wrong to treat you in that way. I was wrong to call you names. Because yesterday, he said this, the one thing that got him stumped, and he had a sleepless night and a bad morning. It was weighing heavy on him. I asked him, WWJD, and for all the Christians are listening to, WWJD. It was, what would Jesus do? That's what every Christian should be ruled by. What would Jesus do? WWJD. When you find yourself in a situation, wanting to handle a situation, when you see an idiot behaving badly, when you see somebody calling you names, when someone's taking you on, when someone is fighting with you, I tell the Christians, even we, all of us can be ruled by that simple thing is WWJD. What would Jesus do in this situation? Would he call you names? Would he hit you? Would he fight you? Would he call you a cunt? Would he call you an idiot? And he says that's what weighed heavily on him the entire day. And today we had a long conversation and he finally got to realize where I'm coming from, what I'm doing, and how we as Hindus feel. When I gave him simple examples of, I said to him, do you know when your Christian friends, family come over to my house as a Hindu or go over to a Hindu's house, before they eat, they ask to hold hands in the lounge, all hold hands and pray. And I said 9 times out of 10, or probably 10 times out of 10, the Hindu guy would hold hands and will pray with you. But that is actually the biggest disrespect you can pay to a Hindu or anybody else by a Christian. And if you are a Christian who does that, stop that. Because you cannot go into another man's house, another man's religion, and disrespect him like that. So, but I said to him, we will hold hands because Hindus are very tolerant, very, very tolerant. We don't care nothing for those things. And he said to me, Casey, I've seen it happen. He said, I've seen it in my own family. I've seen these things happen. What you're talking about, I've seen it happen. And today I spoke to him about the power of one. I was very busy today, by the way. And I actually, when he gave me his number, I called him immediately. And I said to him, I'm so busy doing some things, but I need to call you. And at the end of the day, I said to him, that's the power of one. If I can change you, if I can make you see what your fellow Christian convert brothers are doing to us, persecuting Hindus and other religions, by thinking y'all are the superior religion. That's where the problem lies. He was so receptive. He was so understanding. By the way, he's a convert as well. He was a Hindu, became a convert. I'll talk to him about that on another day. But he was so receptive to understanding where I was coming from, what I was doing, why I was posting this stuff. And now he's going to become a warrior for me. He says, if anybody takes me on, anybody tackles me on, any Christian tackles me, he's going to be the one to come out and say, or in my defense, shall we say, for that. Tasha says, to learn is to understand, not to jump to conclusions so quick. That's right. And I asked him, I said to him, I post Christian scripture. I post Muslim, I post about the Kaaba. I said, which other Muslim or even a Christian person posts about another religion? I said, who does it? I think I'm the first person to do it. I actually think that I'm the first person to do it. Others are not doing it. Well, I'm talking about me as in a public platform, the platform that I have. Nobody else wants to do it. Why? They're all protecting their own religion because my religion, my God is better than yours. My religion is better than yours. And that's where we need to stop that bullshit and be able to accept each other. And right now, every day I'm posting on my page, if you're a cake, if your panty is too tight, if your brief is too tight, if you're a religious bigot, fuck off from my page. I don't want, and I've been responding to idiots on my page and telling them I'd like people of a bit of a higher intellect on my page. Cornelius will tune about the slummers. What do you want me to tune about the slummers? The slummers are good guys overall, dude. Slummers are good guys. They also been taking a beating. If you know Muslim people and you got friends who are Muslim people, look, Muslim people got their own issues, right? But they must not be misunderstood. Like somebody posted the other day about Muslims saying, using the word kafir. But kafir is used in a different word in the Quran. But if you don't know what it is, then you'll just believe everything somebody tells you. Christianity is based on one thing, love to all mankind. Timoleon Thero says that. Right, halfway into the program, it was a good day in terms of that. Slummers we tune Friday morning. Religious fanaticism has no place in the world. That's right, fanaticism. I spoke to him about, I said, think of your family members and people you know. They are religious, who become fanatics, who become lunatics. Fanatics become lunatics. The only thing they post every day on Facebook is about Christ, is about God, is about religion. They fucking post the same thing over and over. Not same thing, but what I'm saying, the same thing. Nothing else. They don't know about soccer. They don't know about politics. They don't know about gender-based violence. They don't know fuck all. They don't know about anything. They only know about everyday scripture, scripture, scripture. You think God wants you to fucking only have one thing in your fucking head? Be a fucking retarded lunatic. Huh? You think that's what God's plan is to you? To read is only one thing the whole day you must fucking read. Everything you post that. Eh? You think God is that befucked? But you get people like that. You get people like that. Anyway, let's leave it there. I know people like that, by the way. Who know no other life besides Christianity or Hinduism or whatever it is. They are religious fanatics who become lunatics. And we don't need those fuckers in this world. They bring no value. They think they bring value. They're the fucking biggest liability to this world and to world peace. Right, let's leave that there. Kokilamba, you change your profile picture. So I'm not telling which one is you. Right. Judge me by my religion. Am I living in a bubble? I've never heard a Muslim person judge me by my religion. Am I living in a bubble? Well, you get Muslim fanatics as well. There's a guy, Zakir Naik and the like, who profess Islam is the only true religion in the world. Those are fanatics, extremists. I block people. I'm still waiting for my money. I shared that post with 10 friends. 100% the K word as non-believers. The K word was used by British, meaning non-believers. There's various, there's no one meaning to the K word or whatever. There's all different meanings. It hasn't got a one origin. COVID-19 should have changed people's mindset. Well, it should have, but obviously it didn't. You can still get idiots out there. Marlene says we all should embrace religious diversity, especially during the pandemic. Love, blessings to all. How's it, Casey? It's Marman, Chris Pillai's son. Which Chris Pillai? Tarani. Which Chris Pillai are you from? Manan Pillai. Chris Pillai, Tarani Construction. I'm fucking coming for the fucking auctions there. Your body better not put me in a bush for the cars. Marman Pillai. Mom, can I call you moms? Moms. Samira Beda. Right. It's we 30 minutes into the program, 29 minutes, because a long time to discuss that, eh? Right, let's talk about brown nosing. Let's talk about sucking up. Let's talk about your head so deep in your ass, you need to put a tag on your toes, so when you fucking go inside, they will know who's fucking inside there. Let's talk about carrying a flashlight, so when you go in the fucking hole, you know where you are, and you can find your way out. Personally avoid arguments, says Daniel Naidu. Daniel, you got a Christian name, Daniel, there. Reminding you about my show as well, coming up. Let me bring on my show poster. Don't dull us with the masalas. Did you buy your fucking tickets? There we go. Don't dull us with the masalas. Yep, same one. Tirani. All right, Tirani Construction. Well done. Welcome to the program. Mama, I spoke to your buddy last night. Chris. Right, we're talking about, when I was talking about brown nosing and sucking up, I was talking about Kiru Naidu. Kiru Naidu will take pride of place for the next 30 minutes on my program. I never met Kiru in my life, but I heard some things about him. Even before, I heard more things about him after I did his video. How many of you have seen the video? If you didn't see it, get onto my WhatsApp group. We'll share it with you. How many of you don't know what I'm talking about? Casey, I'm fasting. I cannot watch your show. How many of you don't know what I'm talking about in terms of Kiru Naidu? I will tell you a brief idea. Shahan Ramkisoon, about a week or 2 weeks back, did an interview with Sishle Zikalala, and he was quite hard. In fact, he was very hard hitting on Sishle Zikalala. And in fact, it was one of the best interviews I saw, where he had Sishle basically cringing in his seat, asking him the relevant questions about looting, corruption, and a 67-year-old guy dying in a tented hospital under his watch. So that went on, and then the premier basically came out and said that he felt belittled. He picked on racism because Shahan came down so hard on him. He was discriminated against. He was belittled. Then Kiru Naidu sends out a letter, to the open letter, which was in the Independent Online News, saying that he is sorry. He's basically apologizing to Sishle Zikalala for how Shahan Ramkisoon treated him. Shahan Ramkisoon apparently was disrespectful, belittled him, and he can't understand how he comes from the same gene pool as him as an Indian, and all that sort of. Basically, he was brown. It was such an amount of brown nosing and sucking ass. It was unfucking believable. Some people are so deep that they are flashlight in the dark, fuckers. That's right. I have the same against my religion. I cut ties with friends. I also find it a top interview. What are your thoughts on this thing? And did you get the video? Fran Larikos says, love the video. Where did you get the video from, Fran Larikos? Mervin says he finds it a top interview. Where did you get the interview from? Or the video from, sorry. While you guys give me your comments on that, I heard recently, what am I talking about? Just before I go live, maybe an hour ago, I had a call from another friend of mine and gave me inside information on Kiru, which I didn't know. Kiru basically is like a spokesperson for the ANC. Now it makes sense. He's like a spokesperson for the ANC. He basically sings the ANC's chorus. And why? He works for the KZN government, and basically he's looking to curry favor. Kiru does not have the right to represent the Indian people, self-appointed. Yeah, I don't even know who gave him. I don't think he said he represents Indian people, but he's talking about apologizing, whatever. And Kiru is a waste of space, focus on corruption. That's right. There's these guys from the ANC who sing loudly from the rooftops about the ANC, how great they are. Yet when the shit hits the fan, they remain fucking silent. That's where I lose respect for someone like Kiru Naidu. You know, if Kiru Naidu came out and I saw him saying things against the government or speaking out, speaking for Indian people, speaking for Indian rights, and he said something that I would be a little more sympathetic to him or try to understand, you know, What's this guy's motivation? Why is he saying it this way? But I've seen nothing from him. I've seen nothing fighting for any Indian rights or whatever. The Premier shouldn't steal from the poor if it doesn't ridicule and belittle. That's right. He thinks he's God. 8 Bible bashers. Kiru must be waiting for a tendered. Yep. That's 100%. You know, I'll tell you this much. I know a lot of ANC people, businessmen who support the ANC. Indian businessmen. And the reason they won't say anything bad about the ANC is purely this. Is because they want to get business from government. That's it. Let me say it out. Let me say it. They want to get business from government. So they won't speak out. None of them, nobody speaks out about the ANC. Nobody. Because they will lose a tender. They will lose the business. And that is more important. Is it? Probably. For your family. I don't know. You can make an argument about that. That it's better to shut up, not question the ANC, so we get contracts and we do business with government. Me, for sure, I'll do fuck all business with government, other than government hiring me for anything. Don't agree with Kiru. Bullshit with 26 years of democracy. People need to be held accountable. Kiru is an absolute sellout. You know, everybody's been singing that song about him. I haven't seen one good comment about Kiru Naidu, by the way. George from the case is everyone born into their own religion and we can never change, but having lived is a challenge. That's right. Kiru Naidu speaks for himself. He doesn't speak for me. Says Anida. Shobana says, Casey, very interesting. Kiru has belittled us all. Should be apologized to us. How many? That's right. I actually thought about that today, Jessica, that Kiru Naidu needs to apologize to the Indian community because he belittled us. He made us look like cakes, actually, sucking up. You know who Kiru Naidu reminds me of, and I said this on my live video today. You know when you work in a factory scenario or a company, like a factory setup, right? Where you get charge hand and you get supervisor and all of that. Then you get that one employee. You get that one employee who will be sucking the charge hand's ass or the supervisor's ass the whole fucking day. That one guy will bring sweets for them, chocolates for them, biryani, tin fish biryani, carry their bag, all of that. Sucking it deep. Have you ever had people that seen people like that? It's a fucking disgrace. But I've seen people like that. They will suck it deep. Lips are fucking stuck inside there. For the charge hand, supervisor, manager. Because why? They're cutting favor. They're cutting favor for themselves to be seen as good. Maybe Kiru got to keep PPR. Brownie points. Tender. Kiru is a proper cake. Apologies, Casey. Didn't hear your response to my comment. Damn, reception cut me. I've just said Christian name. Oh, I just said Daniel is a Christian name. Shan was on point. He needs to be received. We're done with the topic now, Daniel, so we'll come back to that later. Only for tender because they want business. Kiru got the tender to make it. Maguenas. You guys. Jeffrey said the ANC went from liberators SA to obliterators of SA. Jeff Diedrichs, who had it? Daniel, Kiru upset a lot of people. Hey, upset is a kind word, eh? Upset is a kind word for Kiru. I wonder where Kiru goes from here. But Kiru is a government, so he's not worried because he's still getting paid by Sishle Zikalala. As long as he keeps sucking ass there, he'll get it. I mean, you and I can be mourning, but he's still there. Kiru is a chutya and bigger chut in my opinion, says this thing. Ricky Naidu says, hi guys. Ricky, did you get the fucking Jameson Select? That's all we want to know. Waldy says, the khat creeper. Mas khat. World is full of these kinds. As a businessman, they have to keep quiet, be okay with the belong, as the tender is genuine. Tasha Gupta, teacher's pet. Yeah, teacher's pet. Kiru is not a coolie. Yup, he mustn't be a coolie. That's true. He has belittled us all. Definitely doesn't hold us. Hold up this Made in Chatsworth book. He's in the boss's ass. Once you become a politician, you lose your individual critical faculties, education at an inferior level. Critical analysis is not content. That's right. Civic Kalkipas are making good points there about once you join a political party or become a politician under a political party, you lose your own sense. You must follow the sense of the party. That's why the new ruling by the Constitutional Court allows any individual to go to Parliament on his or her own. That's the good point. The Constitutional Court ruling. Don't diss this doers. New name for the creepers is now Rimmers, is it? Ashok Chandrik says that Premier is the rudest man in KZN. Sishle Zikalala. Kiru is a cake. Kiru definitely has no integrity and feels nothing about it. Shameless, says Samira Bejnas. Balu says, tops Casey, thank you. Kiran must comment on the calling back of Gumede sack for me. Well, Kiran Naidu did not comment on the calling back of Zandile Gumede. He made no mention of Zandile Gumede. George van Heerden says, Afrikaans is goed. Ach, George, Ganesh van Heerden. Dankie, meneer. Je sê my Afrikaans is goed. Baie dankie, meneer. Ons sal praat nog. Who in the kitchen there? Kitchen is making noise, yeah. I don't know if Tyler is in the kitchen, but I know you can hear every noise. You can hear what's happening from the bread to the microwave to the pots and the pans. You've got very good hearing. Tasha always wants to know who's in the kitchen. Must be Tyler making something. 3 days to go before Don Dala with the masala, says Roger Naidu. Thank you, Roger, for bringing that up. Three sleeps to go before Don Dala with the masala, that show happening there. Casey, how about you calling Kiru out and let us hear your story? Well, I thought about calling Kiru out. I wanted to take my call now because I obviously had some bad things to say about him. Wonder whether he's going to take my call, but nevertheless, we can call him. That did cross my mind, by the way. Hey, don't give him so much airtime now since he got so much attention. He's smiling all the way to his path. No, there's a thing called attention and a thing called attention. I don't think he wants this sort of attention. I don't think he's looking for this sort of attention. His fucking apology is actually shameful to the Indian community. Says Naresh Sirap, Kritika is giving the Don Dala with the masala. Ashley Governor asks, who's Kiru? Ay. Actually, that's why sometimes we block people on the platform who don't know much. We want people who are sharp, by the way. I'm going to tell you that. We're tired of having stupid comments and people don't know what's happening. If you want to be lit and want to know things and contribute, then you should know what's happening in the world. Then we can have a conversation. Homan Kokabi, watching from Botswana. Hey, you guys having a good time in Botswana. I mean, nothing goes wrong in Botswana. Can we move to Botswana? Homan Kokabi, tell us about Botswana. What's wrong with Botswana? What don't you like about Botswana? Why would you want to come to South Africa? Would you want to come? Can't we come to Botswana, my friend? Let me know if you need a comedian there or something like that. Kiru needs a donkey peel and then he will become, right? Kiru is a cake, says. Decent. Francis Bradley says, can't wait for the Kiru interview. Well, I don't know if Kiru will want to interview with me. Maybe somebody will tell him, making this Kiru Oki famous now. Well, he is famous, dude. He's not famous. He is famous. I will tell you that people know about him. So that's why we don't mind. Kiru is a good friend of mine, but I must disagree and disappointed with his views on this one. Well, there you go. Ricky Naidu, I've had other people who say they went to university with Kiru. They also had good things to say about Kiru. And they also say what you say, Ricky, that they have to disagree and disappointed with Kiru on this one. And I also didn't. That's why I wasn't too hard on Kiru. I didn't come out and call him all names or whatever. I didn't do that deliberately because I didn't know much about Kiru. But I'm sure coming from the university days, he must have been an activist. All of that story. So I'm sure he's got good points. As Ricky says, I mean, Ricky, if you were friends with you, probably was a good guy. But obviously, this matter here is really gone and done something which is something else. It was Black Report asking the question, will Kiran say it's racist? Well, there you go. That's the thing. Kiru is looking for sympathy in the wrong places. In my opinion, Kiru is a sellout. He is a sellout, by the way. From what he says, Casey, are you going to do a section of the Orange Mask on Friday? Sivi says, are you going to do a section on the Orange Mask on Friday? Our salvation lies in civil organizations. Okay, let me talk about the Orange Mask. I don't know much about it. Anida will tell us a bit about it more. Kiru drinking Zulu beer and losing it. I can call his ass out. I say call his ass out. Kiru is a bender. Well, I think Sishla is bending and yeah, I don't know who's bending for who there. Famous for the wrong reason, says, come on Casey, call him out for an interview. I don't know, let's see. Watched you at Grand Palm last and has been following you since. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Did you enjoy it, by the way? Well, let's go back in time here. Homan Kokabai is talking about, if you guys didn't know, Jackie, pay attention. I wasn't only at Village Green. I did a show at Grand Palm, Botswana with the tall ass Mo and another South African comic and 2 other comics. It was basically an international comedy festival, you can call it that. Yeah, in Botswana, I flew to Botswana and Grand Palms there. And Homan Kokabi says, watch me then and been following me since. Wow, that's great to hear, Homan. Thank you so much for that. For those of you who didn't know, I was there in Botswana. Now he's famous for the wrong reasons. The bra needs some prayer. Kiro slipped up. He didn't know it. It's so bad. Yep. Well, and here's the thing. Kiro sent it to the newspaper. If you write a letter to the... And this is where Kiro was... So understand this about Kiro, what he was doing. That he knew what he was doing. If I write a letter to the president or whatever I want, it's my letter, I'll write it. But if I want publicity for it and I want it to go viral and I want people to know what I'm saying, then I send it to the newspaper. And Kiro sent it to Independent because obviously he's got links with the paper. Obviously, now if you look at the way the media wants to sway you, where the media wants to tell you things, the media will give you a story in a certain way. So they were presenting the story about Shahan. That's how the media tries to change your mind. Unfortunately, or to sway you in a certain direction. Unfortunately, this backfired to him, by the way. Botswana currency 1.5 the rand, the best beef in the world, and the death penalty still applies. He must have got good PPE contract. Danny, the brown needs a PPE tender, man. Yep. Right, so Ricky Naidu is alluding to where I was going to go. The orange mask, by the way, orange mask is every Friday. I must be honest with you, I don't have an orange mask as yet. Maybe I need to get a piece of orange fabric. Basically, what is called civil. Well, it's civil, not disobedience, but it's civil standing up, saying something, making a point. If you didn't hear about the orange mask campaign, you wear orange mask every Friday to show that you are against corruption, looting, and that sort of thing. It is a movement that's gaining traction. I haven't got an orange mask as yet. I may look for an orange panty or brief or something. Let's see if I got anything orange. Maybe I can use that if I don't get an orange mask. But then Ricky Naidu is supporting it. Kiro is definitely looking for attention. Vishal Singh, Botswana has no crime. There's no people there. No, a lot of people in Botswana, dude. Indians, Charles are living there as well. I was with a very lovely Indian family there in Botswana. And yes, the orange sack. Oh, we can use orange sack. Yeah, I've got a reversible orange mask. Anita says, Ahmad Katrada Foundation Active Movement started a campaign. So let's read Amina's comment. Active Citizen Movement started a campaign wearing orange masks on Friday to highlight the need for fight corruption. Yeah. Kiro needs to play. Right, let me tell you this much, guys. Let me tell you this much. From now on, going forward, you'll find me talking more about politics. You'll find me talking more about making a difference. You'll find me talking more about the I am Coolie stance, more about the power of one. But ladies and gentlemen, right now in our time of life, we will never be in the situation again. You will never be the age you are again. I'll never be 35 years again. We are living in very, very dynamic times. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, the time is now. I always believe the ANC will always win the election, hand down, whatever. But now, as I'm listening to so many radio platforms, as I am reading newspapers, as I'm hearing comments from black people, the real black people of this country, if you go onto the People's Dialogue, Herman Mashaba's page, you will see black people fed up. If you didn't know this, they are fed up. They want the ANC out. They are fed up. They want the ANC out. Go onto any of those platforms and you will see black people saying, even in a black guy, by the way, I'm so intrigued when I find a black guy saying, yeah, one black guy commented there on saying that, nah, it doesn't matter what, I will still vote for the ANC. Basically, right, that's what he said, I'll still vote for the ANC. Mara Ada came climbing in for him. His own black brothers came climbing in for him, asking him, he's fucking dumb, he's stupid. The same guy doing the same thing for you. You will still do that. And that's the amazing thing. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, I want to officially say this. We need to start, we got how many years? 3 to 4 years to go. We need to unseat the ANC. Doable? Colin Appena last night said impossible. You know, every day when I listen to the news and I see other channels, I am now filled with more positivity that we can unseat the ANC. We can unseat the ANC. Yes, everyone is fed up with ANC. We can unseat the ANC. We've got 3 to 4 years to go. 4 years, I think. We've got 4 years to go. How do we do that? Angie Polizzi number, it's Angie Polizzi, no, it's an activist party. 35 years against Charles Nel. Yeah, for my 35 years on this plan, I won't be 35 again. I will always vote DA, says Kogilambal Naidu. Well, I think we need to mobilize. How many percent of the population actually votes? 20%, 30%? How many percent of the population actually votes? What's the percentage? Who knows How many votes? It's a double. We've got to keep putting that message out there. It's a doable. We've got. Yes, so we're going to keep talking. Who's not registered to vote? How many of your family members are not registered to vote? Why aren't they fucking voting? If each one of us goes to our family members and make sure we even fucking take them to the fucking polling booth or the registration booth and fucking get them registered, right? That's how we need to start. How do we change? Like the Colin Appana. You remember Colin Appana yesterday? Colin Appana said, it's pointless, the ANC will win, making no decision. And I tried to convince him of the power of one. DA is the only party worth voting for. Anything else? Burma is quite right. That's what I've also been saying. By the way, Herman Mashaba's party is actually doing very, very well. I don't mind lending support to them. We can do it. We need to know South Africans' true colors too much. Yes, we have to know we can do it. We can unseat only anyone if only the COVID-19 second wave don't kill us. Says Vishal Singh. If you don't vote, then you're a chut. That's right. Charles Nelson. But Casey, many people are fed up. But when elections come, they vote again or say they rather not vote. Let's hope change. Well, we have to try. Charles Nell, when you say many people, it's probably most. It's not the people in the suburbs, by the way. Let me tell you that. If I'm listening, if I'm hearing correctly, whether it's black, white, colored in the suburbs are not that. That vote comes from the rural areas, from the township areas, whatever. The trick is, I was thinking about today is, how do we convince those people? How do we convince those voters that there's something different for them? Because they don't read the news. And I've been saying this to you guys before. If you wonder why the townships and the rural areas keep voting for the ANC and then we accuse them of being stupids and idiots and fucknuts for voting for the same party, they don't know what we know. They don't know about Zandile Gumede. In fact, if they do know, they know the story that is being spun by the ANC, telling them that other people, third forces, people trying to get them out. Any story can be told. Ace Makashula is probably a hero in his fucking province. And why? Because they tell the story of a hero. And who do you blame? Why would you blame them? Tammy, with all the corruption in this country, one makes Nara says day by day, week by week, it's booking more and more possible to unseat. Nara stood up, that is correct. I am so now, from where I thought the ANC could win hands down, I'm now believing that the ANC can in fact be unseated. That they can in fact be unseated, even by the next election, or they'll get a fucking terrible hiding in the next, but terrible hiding or unseat them, that is the possibility. Naresh set up, every person must vote. That's right. Danny Burma, why all dissing the truth so much? I love the truth, says Danny. All about good party. I'm giving Herman Mashaba my support. Herman Mashaba's party is looking good. ANC wins election in rural, not urban areas. If you capture the rural, you win the elections. Well, there you go. That's what I just said, Cohen. The rural areas is where the ANC wins hands down. Is how do we convince the people in the rural areas? If Herman Mashaba's party really wants to make inroads, if the DA really wants to make it, must show the people in the township. You and I know about the 500 billion. You and I know about the 570 million. You and I know this. But these people who are the voters don't know. They don't know all the things we know. We support what really comes out of it. Well, we're going to change what comes out of it. Really vote DA, Pauline. We need to stop complaining and make a difference, casting our vote. That's right. I never voted. The place always stinks. Armpits the works. Right. See, Ashley, you've been on my platform before. You hardly ever make any good comment. Now you see this finger. This is the power of one finger. This is the power that's been vested in me in the last couple of days. This is how I want to go forward. This is how I want to move South Africa. This is how I want to move people. This is how I want to make a difference in my country. You see this finger? I place it on your name. Then it asks me to block. And I say yes. And there we go. Here. And just like that, Ashley is gone. Because he makes a stupid comment about place stinks, armpits. I mean, tell me if I'm right or wrong, guys. I don't need cunts like that on my platform. And I'm going to keep saying this. At some point, I'm going to say I'm arrogant or I'm chasing people out. But the power of one and each person here making a difference, that's what I'm looking for. Those mothers must go. It's a colored thing, and I'm afraid nothing will change looking at Zimbabwe. SA is the only country where 80% taxpayers don't vote for the ruling party. 80% taxpayers don't vote. Yup. Hide the Gogo's ID books. Herman Mashaba is the right way to go. Well, he is a way to go. Ty? Call him Masanga on Thursday. Angie Politsis says, there should be a female president that is different. Angie Polizzi, can we first fucking work on changing the party? Now you're going to female now. Can we first not worry about who becomes president? We're not worried about first to get Angie, to become president. Let's first work on getting the party. Whether it's female or what, it's irrelevant. If you want a better future, chase the ANC. That's right. We don't see the news. They don't. Yes, that's right. You'll need to understand that they don't see the news. They don't show T-shirt. Right. So Cohen Police says the same thing. Remember in my call to Cyril when I was being sarcastic about T-shirts, water, sanitation. That's right. 6 months before the election, toilets, running water, T-shirts, food, everything. They bought the vote. And they have the right to do that. They have the right to do that. When I say right, that's what they're going to do. They're the ruling party. That's what they're going to do. They're going to use your money and my money to do those things. They're going to use our money to get the votes. Hey, we need Raj to give biryani in case he needs to go around smoking announcements on the PA system. Well, Kasturi Governor, there's nothing wrong with going around making announcements and all of that. That's what we should be doing. Would you do that? Would you join the movement to educate people? Can we get 80% of the Indian population to vote? Can we get them to do that? Did you see how many satellite dishes in rural areas? Satellite dishes in rural areas. Does it mean they're watching the news, Ashley Shanmugam? Ashley Shanmugam, satellite dishes. You got a satellite dish as well. Let me distinguish. When I say satellite dish, I don't mean people's ears. Rural areas. What does that mean? You got a satellite dish in your house, Ashley. How many people watch the news in your home, in the suburbs? Answer me that question. How much of news do you watch? How much do you keep in politics? And if you do, good for you. Talk about your friends, your family, your neighbors. They've got satellite dishes for what? For fucking Netflix and whatever. Not for fucking watching the news. Just every single. Doesn't mean people in the suburbs are highly educated in terms of politics as well. Don't be misunderstood by that or misconstrue that. Start by mobilizing people to vote and vote for anyone but ANC. Preferably strengthen. We have 47 parties that weakens the opposition vote. That's right. Leon Watley says mobilizing to vote. Well, I'm going to try to move for one party. That will be my thing. And so far, it's either the DA or Herman Mashaba's party that's going to get a vote, because what I would rather stand behind, or the ANC and EF are just lying to the uneducated. They frighten them by saying apartheid will return if they don't vote ANC. And Ricky Naidu makes a valid point there, saying, and that's politics around the world, by the way. If you keep the uneducated, keep them uneducated, so that they don't get brains, for lack of a better word, for your understanding. They don't get brains, they don't get clever. And start to do the keep them where they are, suppress them. That is why we have a 30% education system, because so long as we keep them, I'm going to use this in inverted commas, dorm. You understand what I'm saying in the context of what I'm saying. You keep them that level of education. That's how you can control them. Smart people and wise people, wakker people, educated people, you can't control them. And that's been known the world over. A lot today the rural areas are illiterate, so they don't illiterate, so they don't truly understand the situation. That's right. The rural area don't understand. Just vote for any other party but ANC. That's correct, Naresh. That's what we're going to have to do, is vote any other party besides the ANC. Media is doing a good job exposing, informing the community. They need to, what's this? Awareness is key, and social media is doing a good job. Yep. They need to vote, ensures that future generations have a better chance. A vote can make a difference. Imagine a million people thought like you, that would certainly make a difference. That's right, million out of 59 million. Right? A million out of 59 million is not a lot. How was the cricket SA appointed woman of CEO? Says Ashley. Mama Zuma only let eligible VAT payers to vote. You will see who wins the election. Well, Danny Burmo, what you're saying is obviously not going to happen. I hear what you're saying, letting taxpayers vote, but obviously that's not going to happen. The ANC won. Casey, do you honestly think the elections are free and fair? Rigged. I don't know if the elections are free or fair, dude. I'm hoping it is. I'm leaning towards the fact that it is with the IEC. I'm leaning towards that way. I have to just see a lot of information that tells me otherwise. Did the people not make Zuma must fall? Agree, would you stay on point? Amen to possibility. Power of one, the power of your finger by Ashley. Ashley is gone. The trouble is that geriatrics are just saying use social media, educate. You said give them something different. Angie, I understand what you're saying. If you don't vote, take your vote. So must vote and make a difference. Roadworks too. Refill Tyler, wake up, mother. Yeah, Casey, I would love you to run this corrupted country, says Cooks Palais. Get the tenders. Opposition parties have let the people be honest. Don't vote, don't complain. Or you're the magic finger. Say, pocket of potatoes. Oh, so many comments I need to go through. Opposition parties have left. Correct, Casey has switched off when it comes to politics. Absolutely, we must show these people. Tammy says, I think the people in the rural areas vote for ANC. Local chiefs and Duna scare them. That's right. That's all of that is 2 points. You guys are smart people. You guys know where it's going. Right, with that, we've come to the end of the program. It's 8:59, 9 o'clock on the button. Thank you for joining us. Lit discussion. If you like politics, if you like being in the know, I don't agree with Naresh. We must unite behind one party and vote against ANC. Nirshad, you are right and he is right. He's saying that you are saying the same thing in different ways. Don't disagree on that. He's saying vote for any party. What he means is vote. Some people don't want to vote for one party, but as long as they vote for someone, that's what he's saying, Nirshad. I understood him there and what he says by that. Right? If you like being on the program, say if you enjoyed the program, say what it is, say good night. Ritesh Ramkisun is joining us from Hotel Severa in Chatswood. Big revamp there. Well done to the owners. They've got a fabulous place running there. I hope to see it sometime soon. Hopefully when they pay my GBET's money and then I can afford to fly down. But we'll wait. Tishna Governor says good night. Levin Paniachi. Right, say your good nights and enjoy the program. Thanks for a great chat, says Kasturi Governor. Kritika says good night. Angie Polizzi says good night. And you all got your emojis, your avatar emojis. Great stuff. Thank you, my brother, for the excellent program. Once again, the power of one. So it's I am Coolie. Hashtag I am Coolie. And there you go. Jackie's got it right. I am Coolie. And of course, the power of one. If you believe in the power of one, the power of one can change the nation. Kyle Hammond says the power of one. There we go. Tell it to your friends. Post it on your timelines. They'll ask you, what is that? What is that? Just post hashtag the power of one. And they'll ask you, what is that? Then you say, what is the power of one? Today, the example I gave you with this guy, Ori, I showed you what it is, what the power of one can do. How the power of one can change one person, that can change 5 people, 10 people, 50 people, like that. African leaders have a handbook written by Moon. Good night, all, Casey. Nice feet, says Kogi Lambal. Top discussion, lit. Good night, says Rakesh Singh. Yep, it's time to say good night. And thank you for joining me. Where's my sound system? Namaste, bye. Vishal Singh says good night. Thanks for educating and sharing knowledge. Well, whatever you learn here, you teach me as well. Make sure you share it with other people. Your family, your wife, your sister, your children. Educate your children as best you can. So they are, and don't forget, wearing orange. Well, guys, if you're going to wear orange, orange brief is not going to help, guys. I'm going to make sure about that. Orange brief is not really going to do anything. It must be on the outside. Unless you're going to wear your brief on your mouth. So we're wearing orange on Friday, right? So orange mask. Let me try and get myself a piece of orange fabric. Kritika is coming from Peter Marisburg. Maybe you should bring me something orange. I don't know. George Guja there. Right, Casey and the Sunshine Band, this special WhatsApp group. We're going to admit or get Vishal Singh, who's been on my platform quite a lot. He's earned the chance, shall we say, to go to first base there and get on probation with Kritika. So Kritika, get hold of Vishal Singh, Vishal there from Stanger, and he wants to be on the Crazy Gang. He's been on the platform long enough, and you can put him on there for a week's probation or whatever. Just use your normal criteria and work from there. Although I do give him a motivation, orange G-string half price in Stanger, says Vishal Singh. Just send it to me, Vishal. By the way, I didn't pick up that package of yours. You need to remind me. Kyle, how do we get on the WhatsApp group? Kyle Hammond, it's a very, very small niche group. I must tell everyone who's listening, it's a bunch of crazy diehard fans. First of all, you got to be on this live almost every day so that you understand who I am. It's basically my fan club, my diehard fan club. And you got to understand me and be a fan of mine first of all. That's what it's about. I can sit with her if she wants, said Ricky Naidu. Special place, latest accessories, get an orange mask. Yeah. So there we go. Get an orange mask. Right, so if you want to be on the group, you first got to be on this platform for a couple of weeks at least. Understand me, where I come from, my point of view, all of that. So you don't come on my own platform and fucking start taking me on and disagreeing with me. You know, that's a basic thing where we need to go from there. Then you must have lots of time on your hands and lots of data. So they can miss like 4,000. In case you missed a drama and laughs today. Yeah, I was a bit busy today. I had a bit of a hectic day, Kritika. But yeah, lots of time, lots of data. On which date must we wear orange? Every Friday, orange mask. Wear your orange mask on a Friday. Add me. Now we don't add you, Danny. You gotta apply. And you gotta be on the feed long enough. And then Kritika will do a bit of research on you. We don't want cakes, idiots, chodos there. Casey, you like the new Viewpoint. What's Viewpoint? Is it a program? I don't know what Viewpoint is, by the way. I know Devi Sankli should do Viewpoint, but you only give her view. No Kritika, deeper line, please. Right, I've just given, only person I've given a go ahead to join the group is Vishal. But the ultimate decision lies with Kritika, whether she wants to accept him on the group or not. She is the head honcho of the group and gets the final decision. I'm just giving a reference for Vishal, right? Most of you have said good night. If you're watching the program, at least when you're leaving, say good night to everyone. Say whether they enjoyed the program or not. Until then, until tomorrow, same time, same place. Remember, always keep it model. The name is KC. I'm out.